Yebo, farm CEOs, how are you? My name is Gilbert Mwale. Yes, joining you again. And today I just wanted to just talk about something that I find interesting. I've gotten it as a complaint from most of my clients on a regular basis, is that they have had a situation where they would say, Gilbert, every time I go to the farm, when I'm visiting or I've gone out there for a weekend to work there, I would start seeing all my employees running, getting work done, making sure that, if there's some animals that need to be taken care of, they'll get the job done. If they need to clean the pens, they'll wake up very early and get it done as well. If it's cleaning up, killing the weeds in the field, they'll wake up early and go get it done. But then as soon as I leave, everything stops. They literally go to rest. Now, I would tell you that first of all, I don't know whether we all of us have proof on how they know that everybody stops working when they leave, but I believe probably it's out of being able to measure outputs in terms of I left you here with the amount of work that should have been done, and if I came back after a week, I should have found that the following things have been finished and they don't find them done. Besides that, I don't know how farm owners actually get to know that everybody went tools down the moment they left. Well, I would like to know and hear from you as farm owners if this is something that happens or that you experience on your farm, that every time you leave the farm, you believe that people stop working. How do you know that? Just share that in the comments section so that I could actually learn how you have gotten to see that. Maybe some of you have got CCTV. Maybe not. Let's hear your thoughts on that. Now, that problem particularly is not new. I have actually gotten a lot of clients. Maybe out of say 10 farmers or 10 farm CEOs, I would actually have maybe 7, 8 who are experiencing the same problem. So I've also experienced it before with my family, that the moment you take off is that you don't see the same level of output or productivity as you would be expecting or as you were getting when you were there. So it's a very common issue. Now, what do I think is actually happening there? Well, I believe that you could actually use your experience as a farm CEO. If you are someone who is currently working at another company somewhere, a big organization where you get paid a salary on a monthly basis, is that we could actually use your story. Or if you are retired already, where you used to work could be an example. Now, remember how that for you would actually make sure that you don't sleep on deadlines. That if a deadline was coming on Monday morning, is that the whole entire night Sunday, you would even not go to church. For those who are Christians, you would be up late working on that work to make sure that by the break of dawn, you are done. So the question I have is that, how is it that you are so concerned, so caught up in making sure that the job and responsibilities that you have at the company where you work are always done on time? They are always done on time. And if not, you will not sleep. While on the flip side, at your farm, people work only when you are there. I don't think that your bosses or your supervisor at work is always in your office continually. Even when you're doing the overnight at your house on your work, they are not there to watch you. The least could be maybe a DM on your phone or in your inbox via email is the few places where they probably would have asked you how far you have gone. But if you would have wanted, like your farm workers, you would have literally ignored the email, ignored the DM, and said, look, today is Friday, I will pick this up next week on Monday at 8 a.m. But no, you don't do that. You actually get to carry that work on your laptop back home. As soon as you arrive, your family can't even see you. you are already punching, working, and making sure that the work needs to be done by Saturday, Sunday, before Monday comes in. There's more work waiting for you, but you have already done the one that you should have finished. So why is it that you are that passionate? Why is it that you are that caught up in getting work done, but the people at your farm don't have the same tenacity? They don't have the same drive. Well, there's an interesting scripture in the Bible that says that, particularly in the book of Habakkuk, it says that write the vision down so that the one who reads it may run. And for me, what it means is that, record the vision, the direction of the farm, so that the people that are involved in the farm should read the direction, understand that direction, and aspire to actually achieve the direction of that farm. Now, most of us as farm CEOs is that we never get to write any of these things in any way possible. A lot of our dreams and desires of the farm are in our head. We go out, when coming back from the office, you hear that there's a particular crop that is doing well, that has got market in Kasumbalesa. You come back and you start telling everybody, we need to start growing or keeping this thing. And guys are wondering, man, where is this thing going? Every time this guy comes or this lady comes to this farm, we are talking about something new. Today it's chili, the next day it is that, the next day it's fish, the next day it's that, and you are all over the place. So they are going like the vision of this person is in their head. And since they are the ones carrying the vision, we will run when they come. When they leave, the vision has left. We start looking after our own lives. And that is primarily how I've seen this, is that number one, they have no sense of goals. They don't understand your vision because you carry it around in your head. So every time you leave, you go with it. So they remain without goals. So there's no sense of goals. Number two, they have not taken responsibility over the outcomes of the farm. Is that what happens on the farm, whether the farm makes losses or the farm makes profits, that's not something that they feel they are connected to. They believe that that is your responsibility as the owner of the farm, because first of all, whether they make profit or loss, you still get to pay them with your salary from the other job. So, what then effect does this have? Whether we get the right result or we don't get the right results, we still get paid. So what is the problem with that? Well, let us just continue. When they are here, we work. When they're not here, then we don't, because really it doesn't change anything. And you are failing to actually reprimand them over these issues because you are paying them peanuts and they are really just caretaking your farm. So why should you be scolding them? That is what you believe. Really, you have reached a place where it's as though as they are doing you a favor by being on your farm. Maybe. So the other one I think is that they are only thinking about now and not the future. So it's an issue of, for them, it's a now game. It's not about, there's got really nothing to do with a lot about where they are going to go, how things are going to look like at your farm when this happens, when that happens. That's not their story. So you really need to change the kind of people that you have on your farm if you're going to have this conversation of the future. You need to have a hybrid, not caretakers, general workers, handy workers. That category of farm workers is really not going to understand conversations of the future. Now, I will talk a little bit more about this in the next video because there are some few thoughts I'd like to share. Tell me in the comments how you are handling, your farm workers when it comes to, getting work done. When you stepped out of the farm, how are you making sure that things continue going the way you want them to go, as though you were there at the farm physically? Thank you.